Hey there, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be answering the question of whether or not you can make $20,000 per month publishing simple joke books on Amazon KDP. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. So to answer the question of whether or not you can make $20,000 per month selling simple joke books on Amazon KDP, well, the answer is yes, you can. In fact, I'm going to show you one publisher that's absolutely killing it with these types of books, and I'm going to show you exactly what he's doing that's making him this successful. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some ways that you can get started to make these types of joke books so you can start making some money yourself. Now, to give you an idea what a simple joke book looks like, if we look at this random publisher and scroll down to its interior, we're going to see that the jokes are very simple. As you can see, there are 6 jokes per page, and it goes to the next page, and then it just repeats it. Now, the hardest thing about this interior is just to find and make the jokes, because every joke has to be different. You can't have repeating jokes, but if you do that little bit of work, you can get this type of interior done in just a matter of days. And I'm actually going to show you how to get started on making this type of interior later on in the video. Now, the reason why this is such a great niche to get into is because unlike low content books that have very little words, these joke books have more words, meaning they're actually medium content books. And being medium content books, they're going to be less duplicated and less copied because it's going to take a little bit more work to get these books done. But because there's going to be a lot of lazy people out there that's actually not going to want to put in the work to get this type of book done, it means there's going to be less competition, but there's still going to be high demand, which is a great thing if you want to get into this niche. And because of all that I just listed, your royalties are actually going to last a lot longer because you don't have to deal with all those lazy copycats. And if we go on Amazon and do a broad search for joke book for kids, we're actually going to see his books littered all throughout this first page. So this is the book I'm talking about. This hilarious jokes for 10-year-old kids. He also has one here for 8-year-old kids. And if we look at the rankings, we can see that this book has a BSR of 13,900, and the lower the better. This book, The Hilarious Jokes for 8-Year-Old Kids, has a BSR of 5,961. And if we scroll through this page, we're going to see even more of his books. Here's one for 6-year-olds. Here's one for 11-year-olds. Here's one for 7-year-olds. Here's one for 9-year-olds, for 5-year-olds. And I believe there is one more here for 12-year-old kids. So you can see his books are just littered all throughout the first page of a very broad and competitive search term joke book for kids. Now let's take a look through his listing. We can see that if we scroll down, here is some A+ content, hilarious jokes for kids, and we can see what type of jokes are in it. And then there's some nice pictures there to kind of give you an idea of what type of imagery is in the book. And you can see here are his other books that are linked in the A+ content. And if we go ahead and try to look at the sample page, we're going to see a little bit more of how this book is put together. So here's the belongs to page, and then here is one of the jokes. Why does a giraffe have a long neck? Because his feet stink. As you can see, it's a very simple joke. There's a picture of a giraffe. It is in black and white, not in color like what the A+ content has, and it's followed by another joke with some more elements here, and then a did you know type of thing right here. And then the next page is a riddle. There's a little bit of confusion going on here. As we can see, it seems like there's always 3 sections to every page, and once you get your format down, the only work that needs to be done is actually changing these jokes. So at first glance, it might seem a little bit complicated, but as I'm going through his sample, I'm starting to see that there's a pattern for every 3 pages. The first thing that pops out is actually his cover design. As you can see, this cover design looks really great. It has pops of color and actually elicits some kind of emotion, kind of letting you know what kind of book it is before you even buy it. And it has a comic book theme that just screams out fun. So whether he made it himself or he hired someone, I think this is a great cover design because I was looking through his author page, and if you were to scroll down to his older books, you can tell that his designs weren't actually very good in the beginning. So as you can see, this is the type of cover that he used to make, and while it's still pretty good, I would have to say his new covers are a lot better. As you can see, here's another one, Inspirational Stories. If you look at this cover, it's not actually centered. We have the black border here, but it's not carried to the spine, so it actually looks off. And then if we keep scrolling up, you can see that his covers get better. So this cover right here uses brighter colors, it pops more, but it still doesn't have enough contrast. You see the blacks are not as black as they should be. They're a little bit grayed out, and he's actually made these books unavailable. So he's probably moved on from these specific books. And as you can see, these covers are not very good. This one is stretched out, this one is stretched out. But as you move up his listings, his cover designs get better and better. So here's another one with brighter colors. And then finally, when you get to his most recent books, the colors pop out. You have graphical elements here that make it even feel like it's popping more. Incorporated a lot of design elements, and it's just a very good cover design. What I'm trying to say is that he didn't just put up these books and was a one-hit wonder. He started out, he wasn't very good. His cover designs weren't that great, but with practice, he got better to the point where now he's selling a lot of books every single month because he has his design down, he has his interiors down, and he knows how to run a KDP business. That leads us to another thing that he's doing really, really well, which is his branding. So as you can see with his books, they have a very similar look, all have a very similar feel. But if you notice, it's not just his hilarious joke books. He also has this book called Life Skills, which have a very similar design. And he also has another book called Interesting Facts. But if you notice, they all have the same brand image, which makes it instantly recognizable for customers who are buying his books. So one customer that buys his joke book might be interested in buying his life skills book, which might be interested in buying his fascinating facts book. So this is another thing that he's doing great. When you create a brand around your books and they start selling, customers are going to start to trust and like you. And because of that, you're going to sell more and more books. These customers are going to start buying more of your books and more of your offerings because they now know, trust, and like you. This leads us into the next thing that he's doing great, and that is actually taking advantage of sub-niches. So not only does he have joke books for kids, he went into a sub-niche and started creating life skills books, and then went into another sub-niche, the fascinating facts. And so this is what I'm saying is that these are all the same types of customers, but now instead of buying one book, that same customer, because he went into a sub-niche, a very similar niche, might be interested in his other offerings. So not only is he creating a brand that customers know, trust, and like, but he's creating sub-niches so that that same customer might want to buy all of his other books in other categories. Now to have a little bit of fun, let's go ahead and look at all his hilarious jokes for kids books, which is 8 books. And let's go ahead and calculate how much its estimated royalties are, add it all up together and see how much he's making per month just off of these books. So as you can see here with his best-selling book with a BSR of 4,139, it has a price point of $8.88, which is consistent with all of his books, which gives him a profit of $3.15 per book. So right here we have a royalty calculator. All I did was I put in the page count of his books, which was 111 with the list price of $8.88, and it came out with a standard royalty of $3.15, and that's what I put in the worksheet. And then to get the actual book sales calculator, I put in the sales rank as well as the number of pages and the book price, and then it just spits out the estimated book sales per day and per month, as well as the estimated royalties per day and per month, and that's how I get my information for this worksheet. So this book is making 51 sales per day, which is about 1,530 sales per month, which equates to $162 per day in royalties or $4,862 per month. So if we look at the rest of the 7 books, we're going to see that his monthly royalties range from $800 all the way to $4,800, with daily royalties ranging from $28 all the way to $162. And that gives you, if you add it all up together, a daily royalty of $639, which equates to $19,255 per month, just under $20,000 per month in pure profits. Not to mention his other two books, which are his life skills books and his fascinating facts books. If I were to put this in with this total, this is going to be a lot more. This is just off of his 8 joke books. Now, if that income looks pretty good to you and you're interested in making these types of books, there's actually a couple different ways to go about this. The first way is not the most fun way, but it has the most amount of labor of love, and that is creating your own jokes or going online and doing research on the type of jokes that you want to make for the type of book that you're making. Now, if you don't have that much time and you have a little bit of money, you can cut that time away and use a service like Fiverr. So right here, I found a gig that will actually write funny jokes for you. And for this one, they'll write 100 custom funny jokes for $20. And if you go all the way to the premium, they're going to write you 350 jokes for $65. So that's up to 50 interior pages with 8 images. So as you can see, he does exactly what we're looking for: animal jokes, knock jokes, and so on and so forth. So for a little bit of money, you could have a book created for you without ever having to break a sweat. The next way is actually to make use of AI and have it write the jokes for you. So here I am using ChatGPT, just the free version. I wrote a prompt that says, write me 40 jokes for kids aged 8 to be included in a book I am writing, make them unique. Let's see what ChatGPT can come up with. As you can see, here are the 40 jokes that ChatGPT came up with. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. Now, keep in mind, I've done this before, and ChatGPT seems to just write the same types of jokes over and over. So you would have to come up with more unique prompts, more creative prompts to have ChatGPT spit out better, more unique, and more original jokes. And the other issue is, even if you tell ChatGPT to not repeat any jokes, it tends to not listen. So there is a little bit of work with this method, but I think if you can create some good prompts, you might be able to get something out of this. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you're able to implement it into your low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.